Welcome to your first unit of General Maths 3. Now, in this course, we're going to be making use of the Compendium of General Mathematics. Our first unit is bivariate data. Now, as we work through these, you've already looked at the videos, or I hope you've looked at the videos associated with the compendium components. The idea is that you work through these, and then we'll work through various set problems. Now, I'll be working through a few of the set problems from initially set number 1. Now, working through set number one, I'll take you through A, C, and E. Make sure you've got your calculator handy. You can write on the grids if you own the book, and then, of course, we'll transfer that information through to a graph. What you'll notice as we're doing these problems is that there is a sequence that will soon generate. So for the first value of -3, I go 2 times -3, take 1, and that gives me -7. 2 times -2, take 1, -5. And after a short while, you'll see that there's a progression upwards of 2, which corresponds to the gradient. Now, we have a graph grid. You can either use graph paper or ruled lines in your book. We set up the -3 to +3 on the x, and I scale the y-axis accordingly. This will go up to +7 and then down to -7. We then line up the points. So -1, -3, sorry, -7, -2, -5. -1, -3, -2, 3, and 3, 5. Once we've got the points together, we can then use our ruler to connect them up. Now, after a short while, you realise that there's only necessity to actually to do a few of those points in order to work them through, and you'll get the hang of that pretty quickly. In a similar way, when we look at C, just punch some of those numbers in. So -3 times 3, take 2, and that will give me -11. And 3 by -2, take 2, will give me -8. Now you'll see I'm just going to be moving up in a sequence of 3. -5, and if I continue that process through, once again I've set up my graph, -3 through +3 on the x, and I'll scale the y-axis accordingly. Perhaps a little trickier to do this one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, and -2, and -12. And joining those points up, you'll notice the y-intercept of -2 corresponds to -2 in the equation. And 3, 7. Getting hold of the ruler, joining them up, like so. When we look at E, we've got -2x minus 1. So -2 times -3, +6, take 1, which is going to be 5. Now, each of these progressions is dropping by 2, I should say. So it gives me 1. And then, of course, -1, -3, -5, -7. Scaling this again, I can see just down to about -7 there. and then going through the progression. You'll notice the y-intercept of -1, -1 here, 0, -1. And then joining them up for the line equation.